Hi there, what's up? My name is Mary. If you're new to my channel, as always, welcome. And if you're a returning subscriber, welcome home. So guys, are you stressed? Do you feel you have those overwhelming feelings? Are you feeling like everything is not working or going as you plan? So guys, if you have those feelings, then probably you're suffering from what we call stress. And therefore, I'm going to give you 5 things that you can do to overcome stress. And remember, stress is part of life. These are things that, there are so many things that can happen in your life that you cannot avoid. But the biggest challenge will be, how do you handle such? So as usual, I have here my notebook that I have noted down on the 5 things that you need to focus on, so as to ensure that you are not stressed. So number one, identify the source of stress. What is the source of stress? Sometimes you may realize that you are being stressed because of your work environment. That could be a possibility if you are working. It could be stress from your marriage. Just imagine your marriage, a place where you should just feel good, feel that comfort, but that marriage may make you feel stressed or overwhelmed. It could be other responsibilities that you have. Sometimes as parents, we feel that we are overwhelmed, we are stressed. And guys, it's very funny. And especially if you're a parent to young kids, let's say between the age of 2 to 5, sometimes you realize that you become so stressed when you are around them. And the reason is because they cannot give you time for just your me time. They are all over you. They want this from you, they want that from you. They don't just give you time. And you may realize that you just find out that you create that aspect of being stressed and etc. So there are many situations that are listed up there that can lead to stress. Therefore, identify the source. So what is your source of stress? You can imagine, if you know the problem that you have, it is going to be very useful. What do you think? According to me, it will be very, very useful. If it is the working environment that you feel it is kinda stressing you, suffocating you, you'll identify the best way of helping yourself. Do you agree with me? What are your thoughts? What are your views? I'd love to hear from you. As always, if it is your marriage or that home environment, it will be very helpful for you if you know that is the source of stress. It will make you become better and even make wiser decisions. So what are you supposed to do when you identify your source of stress? Number one, and very, very important, find help. Because if you don't get the right help, you will end up becoming depressed. And depression is very critical. It is something that can eventually lead to death, or even it can lead to negligence. Therefore, once you've identified the source of stress, get help. And when I talk about getting help, if you have watched my previous videos, I always tell you, get help from the right people. From the right people, my people. That is very important, because sometimes you may run to the wrong people. And these people are going to mislead you. So instead of you getting out of the situation that you are in, you'll find yourself getting deeper. Like the way we say in English, from the frying pan into the fire. Imagine that is what you're going to experience, and you're not going to blame anyone. You will blame yourself because you sought help from the wrong people. So we have what we call professional counselors. They are all over the world. All over the world. You can always be free to book an appointment with them, sit down with them. They are going to listen to you. They'll help you work out the stress. And remember, I have said professional counselors. I have watched videos where people have confessed that they were taken for counseling, but they later on came to realize that these people were not professional counselors. And when you're professional, you know what you do. You do it best. You help someone the way it's supposed to be. So once you realize that you've been attending maybe those counseling sessions through a person who is not a professional counselor, you'll realize that they are not going to help you. So seek for people that are well known in terms of profession. People that are well known. I know most of the times and especially in the African community. We always think that all pastors, all priests are counselors. They are not. And that is why I'm insisting on a professional counselor. If you really, really need to get help, if you're in kind of this web that you need to get out, who should you go to? Go to a professional counselor. And ensure that even sometimes try and find out about their credentials. What is wrong with that? Get their credentials. Like if you were to ask me to give you my credentials as a teacher in Kenya, I will do that because I have my papers, I have my degree and etc. Just to confirm that I went through the process. Therefore, sometimes even try and find out about their credentials so that you don't end up going towards the wrong hands. And my people, and especially if you're a Christian, be very careful. Not all pastors are counselors by profession. We have those pastors that are counselors by profession. They have that extension. Apart from them doing ministry, they can also offer counseling services. So please sought help from the right people. The second thing that you can do just to reduce on stress, find out your favorite activities. What do you like most? Is it going out for a nature walk? Is it listening to music? Could it be singing? What is that thing that you like doing most? Try as much as possible and identify these activities. These activities are going to help relieve your mind. And you will agree with me. I know you will. I know you will. So get these activities that are your favorite. Like for example, if you like going out for nature walks or just visiting places, identify places where you can go and just reconnect with nature, freshen your mind, just sit down somewhere and try to think over what is eating into you. And you're going to realize that these favorite activities are going to be they're going to be therapeutic. They are going to help you so much in your recovery. They are going to make you feel good, refreshed, rejuvenated, just ready to move on. So guys, identify your favorite activities. Have you ever asked yourself, why is it that God gave us different hobbies? Why is it that you're not good in what maybe your brother or sister is at, or maybe your colleague, or even if you are a parent, when you look at your children, you'll realize that they have very different abilities, hobbies, likes, dislikes. Why is it that God gave you that particular activity or that particular hobby? It is because God knew very well that it is very important for you to use it in your day-to-day life. So please guys, identify that activity that you like the most. It is going to help you relieve yourself. That is in terms of your mind. And then the other thing is that we all believe in God. I believe that. If you are a Christian, you could be a Christian, a Muslim, a Buddhist, or whichever the religion that you affiliate to. Connect with God. So like for Christians, connect with God. For Muslims, connect with Allah. Just get that connection with your Creator, because it's going to help you. How can you connect to help you relieve or just to release stress? Pray. If you don't have that prayer routine, pray. Engage in these small church groups. They're going to be very useful to you because they have a lot of sessions that are designed to help people that are experiencing stress. You can also read the Bible. Why not? We have a lot of verses that are very, very encouraging, that are meant to uplift our souls, that are meant us to feel that kind of just relief. If you can just imagine what the kind of relief that I'm talking about, until my eyes have just decided to close or to shut them so that you can get what I'm trying to say. Read those Bible verses. How will you get the Bible verses? Let's say, for example, if you are not so much familiar with the Bible, do this. There's something called Google. It has all the answers. It is going to help you get those verses, you can just key in or type in verses to encourage someone, and they'll pop up. And then you'll pick whichever the book that you want to read, be it John, be it whichever the book that is in the Bible, and the verses, they'll just pop up and you will read, and it will give you that affirmation that you need. It will make you feel at least good. So people, let us connect with God. It is very, very important. Most of the time we are so much stressed trying to chase, to chase money, as we say, to get better employment, to provide for our children, until we forget that all these things that we are doing are vanity if we do not have that connection with our Creator. So this is something that you can try out. It is going to help you to reflect a lot. You can imagine it is going to help you reflect a lot. And again, have just remembered, if you're a Christian, we have those recreational centers across the world. I believe in all countries that are Christians, we have these recreational facilities that are always there, and they are very important. If you just want to feel that connection with God, you can go to such places, and they are going to help you, because you will once you go there, you'll have all the time, without any interference, without any disturbance from anyone. You'll have all the time to just connect with God, and it will make you even understand the inner you in a better way than if maybe you wanted to connect with God from home. Remember, still at home, we'll have those distractions at one point and etc. So my people, how about that? Connect with God. And then the fourth one, most of the time, sometimes we can find ourselves that we are stressed because of our own choices. I call them personal choices, because these choices, you made them yourself. Nobody chose them for you. And because they are personal choices, they may end up messing up your life. So, and they will greatly contribute to your level of stress, and especially in marriages, or even sometimes you have single parents that are very stressed up because they are raising children alone. They don't get support, support from whoever they had the children with. And you may find people are so stressed up. Every time you just remember about that particular person, you become so bitter. You become so frustrated. Sometimes people, and especially people in marriages, I've seen this around where I come from, and even in many places. I've read in books, I've seen through confessions in YouTube and other different channels where people talk deeply about marriages. Sometimes you may realize that along the way, probably you chose the wrong marriage partner, and there is nothing that you can do. And especially if you are a firm believer. When I talk about firm believers, I mean those people that do not believe in divorce and separation. What can you do? Because you're so stressed, you're so frustrated, you are not happy. What are you going to do? I'd love to hear from married people. How can you help yourself come out of this situation? How? And I may give you a suggestion. Number one, forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for the wrong choices that you made. At that point, when you are choosing that person, or at that point when you got a child with a person who later on left and just left you alone to take all the responsibilities, at that particular time, don't ever forget that you thought that was the best. And I want to use the word the best. And the reason why I'm using the word the best is because out of all these other people, you saw this person as the best, and you saw this person as a person that you can maybe have a family with, create memories, get old together, and etc. at that particular time. So I'm talking about the past. But later on, you come and realize that, you made a very wrong choice. You will not live in regret. So please, the first step, forgive yourself. Because the more you become stressed about it, chances are the more depressed you will eventually become. And that is what we are trying to avoid. So guys, forgive yourself if you're in such a situation. And if you are married, and things are getting out of hand, it is just extreme, like you cannot take it anymore, then seek help from the right people. And I'll always emphasize, from the right people. Seek help before you make any major decision like separation or divorce. And remember, those are major decisions that you will need to make with a very sober mind. And therefore, before you get at that point, seek help, sit down with your spouse, talk about it, see whether your spouse is going, just to reform and become a better person. And if they cannot, after sitting down with them, and if they cannot, seek professional help. Most Africans, we don't believe in professional help. But guys, the truth is, professional help is very important. Go for therapy with your spouse. Go sit down with a marriage counselor, a professional marriage counselor. They are going to help you understand all the dynamics. They are going to talk to you. They are going to advise you. They are going to listen to you. And in the process, you will end up forming your own informed decision. Your own informed decision. But remember, the bottom line is you will have tried. What do you think, guys? Marriages are very tricky. They are very tricky. So what do you think? Please drop a comment on the section, on the comment box. I'd love to read about that. And then finally, the fifth thing that you can do when you're stressed is to remember, we started by identifying the source of stress you've identified, and especially those sources that are kind of crucial. You've identified that source. Allow yourself to heal and move on. Heal and move on. It is very important to heal, and you will agree with me. It is very important, because if you don't heal, it means that you'll keep on holding on to these things that happened in your life. You can imagine 20 years from now, you'll still be talking about the same thing. So if you keep on talking about the same thing after 5 years, then you've not healed. Once you heal, you move on. No matter the situation, no matter the circumstances, no matter the place that particular thing has placed you to be, you need to heal. And once you heal almost to 100%, you need to move on. Forget about the past. Move on, because what is needed from you is just that aspect of moving on. People, move on, because the more you hold on to something, the more you become stressed. And remember, stress leads to so many things. It can lead to high blood pressure and other complications. So why would you want just to get these terminal diseases because of stress? Why would you want to do that? Allow yourself to heal. There are so many things that have happened to people all over the world, and these people always find it in their hearts to heal and then to move on. I've seen people that have undergone so painful betrayal from spouses. I read of a lady whose husband left her and the irony of it, the husband left her, got married to their son's girlfriend. So you can imagine how it is so disheartening. It is not only affecting the parents, but their own child. So that is how much it can be. So the best thing that you can do, my people, is to try as much as you can, heal and move on. And then before you forget, sometimes you can be stressed because of maybe you have a lot of bills to pay. You are a parent, your income is not enough. You have children that are in school, they need to be clothed, medical, and all that expenses. So what can you do as a parent? Just give yourself time. With time, things are going to be better. And then do not live above your means. Live within your means. If you just identify the kind of income that you do have, my people, live within your means. It's going to be very important. Once you know that I'm getting this, and this is my expenditure throughout in a month's time, then you live within your means. But once you want to scratch where your hand cannot reach, then you'll experience all these challenges that I'm talking about. So thank you for your time. If you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do so. Press the notification bell. It's right there, so that in the event I upload any video, you're the first one to be notified. Thank you and goodbye for now.